How to buy a digital camera. Are you looking for a digital camera but getting confused by all the features, doodads and tech talk? These instructions should help you figure out what type of camera you need. Since there are so many different models of digital camera, it might be best to start by deciding on 3 or 4 of these attributes that are most important to you. Once you've determined what these are, you can narrow your online search or ask at a camera shop for cameras that satisfy these requirements. Choosing a basic form. Consider a cheaper and simpler point-and-shoot camera. If you want a simple, inexpensive camera with a low learning curve, consider a point-and-shoot digital camera. These have a viewfinder that's simply a window through the camera, rather than an exact image of what the camera will photograph, and may have fewer settings to alter. Consider a digital SLR camera for more control. An SLR digital camera, sometimes referred to as DSLR, provides you with much more creative control. Most of these have both automatic and manual adjustment for lighting and focusing. If you want additional control over the technical aspects of photography, or if you enjoy playing around with color settings and flash, look for digital SLR cameras. Be aware that these are almost always more expensive than point-and-shoot cameras. SLR stands for single lens reflex and describes the mirror and prism system that sends an accurate image to the viewfinder. Nowadays, most digital cameras of this type have an electronic display, but they are still referred to as SLR or DSLR cameras. Don't assume a high price or popular brand means quality. Remember that sometimes an inexpensive camera will satisfy your needs better than a more expensive one. Similarly, brand names are sometimes associated with higher quality, but that does not mean a less well-known brand won't satisfy you. Judge cameras based on their qualities, not on the hype of a price tag or advertisement. Pick a camera that suits your mode of transport. Before you get carried away with the extra features and higher quality of a fancy camera, keep in mind that you'll have to carry the camera away as well. Generally speaking, a small camera is lower quality than a larger one, but the sacrifice may be worth it if you plan to carry the camera on a whirlwind tour of Europe. Consider the case it comes with as well, and how much protection it provides. You may wish to purchase a higher quality case if you are going to be traveling. Soft camera cases are portable and easy to store, while hard camera cases provide better protection and waterproofing, which may be necessary for non-compact cameras, too. Find a camera you can hold comfortably. Even some larger cameras have uncomfortably small hand grips, while many small cameras have no grip at all. Ideally, the grip should just fill the inside curve of your fingers, or the camera should be light enough that you can comfortably hold it steady. Will you get a major finger cramp just trying to hold on? Small cameras without grips should still have a loop of nylon or other material that you can slip around your wrist. This could save your camera from damage if it is dropped or knocked from your fingers. Count the cost of the accessories. Before you compare the cost of cameras, add the cost of a memory card and memory card reader if necessary. An extra set of batteries and extra charger are also a good idea. Decide whether to buy a more protective case as well. Once all of these are added up for your top 2 or 3 choices, you have a much better idea of how much each option will cost you.